Concrete whispers through the night. Shadows dance in the neon light. Hustlers trade the time for gold. Dreams bought and sold. Bought and sold. East Coast Krime Network. Streets never sleep. Secrets buried. The pavement runs deep.
Hi, I'm Cortez Black, and today I'm diving into a chilling story that has captured the attention of many. It's the story of Breanna "Spike" Johnson, a woman whose life spiraled into darkness, leading to a tragic crime that shocked her community. Breanna grew up in Atlanta but moved to New York City at just 11 years old. It was here that she fell into the world of the Latin Kings, a notorious gang that would shape her life in unimaginable ways. By the age of 15, Breanna was already entrenched in a lifestyle that many would find hard to comprehend. She was sexed in, a term used to describe initiation into the gang, and her life took a drastic turn. Reports suggest she had encounters with over 100 men in a single day. As she navigated her teenage years, Breanna accumulated a staggering 15 criminal charges by the time she turned 25. These ranged from violent offenses to misdemeanors, painting a picture of a life filled with chaos and conflict. But it was at age 28 that Breanna's life took its most tragic turn. She was charged with the capital murder of Geraldine Rodriguez, a crime that would seal her fate. Breanna's relationship with her daughter Marquishane was fraught with tension. Despite Marquishane's tragic passing, Breanna harbored deep-seated resentment, claiming her daughter had robbed her of happiness and even slept with her boyfriend. Breanna is currently serving a life sentence without the possibility of parole at a detention center in New York City. Her case stands as a powerful reminder of the serious consequences of one's actions. This is Cortez Black on East Coast Krime Network. Shout out to Thea, aka Oya Obinidodo, for allowing me to be on this platform. Until next time, I'm out.
East Coast Krime Network. Streets never sleep. Secrets bury the paper. East Coast Krime Network. Streets never sleep. Secrets bury the pavement runs deep. East Coast Krime Network. Everyone plays a role. The city takes your heart, but it won't take your soul. Brick walls cracked with stories untold. Eyes like cameras.
Hey everyone, welcome back to East Coast Krime Network. I'm your host Cortez Black, and today I'm diving into a chilling story that highlights the dark side of family ties and the tragic consequences of silence. Meet Jaquarious Benton. Born in Washington, D.C., he moved to the bustling streets of New York City at the age of 30, hoping for a fresh start. But what he carried with him was a heavy burden, one that would ultimately lead to a heartbreaking end. From the ages of 16 to 18, Jaquarious faced unimaginable trauma. He was sexually assaulted by his own mother and her husband. Can you imagine the pain of living with that secret? At 30, he decided it was time to confront the truth. He took a lie detector test to prove he was telling the truth about his past. But instead of finding peace, Jaquarious found himself in a nightmare. After the truth came out, his mother began to stalk him. She showed up at his job, bombarding him with over 100 text messages every single day. You might think he would call the police, but he didn't. He brushed it off, hoping it would all just go away. But the situation escalated, and by the time he turned 31, his life would be tragically cut short in 2025. One fateful day, Jaquarious came home from work to find his mother waiting for him in his apartment, a handgun in her hand. In a shocking turn of events, she took his life and then her own. And what about her husband, Jason Wallace? He's still alive and free, never facing any consequences for his role in Jaquarious' suffering. He moved on, remarried, and no one has came forward and made any complaints against him. His new wife and children labeled him a wonderful man. This is Cortez Black on East Coast Krime Network. Until next time, I'm out.
East Coast Krime Network. Streets never sleep. Secrets bury the pavement runs deep. East Coast Krime Network. Streets never sleep. Secrets bury the pavement runs deep. East Coast Krime Network. Everyone plays a role. The city takes your heart. walls cracked with stories untold. Eyes like cameras.
Hey everyone, this is East Coast Krime Network, and I'm your host Cortez Black. Today, I'm diving into a wild topic: fetishes. Some people have the weirdest obsessions, and you won't believe the stories I've got for you today. Let me introduce you to a woman named Ginger. On the surface, Ginger seems like your everyday woman from the hood. But trust me, her dating life is anything but ordinary. Ginger has a knack for attracting men with some of the most bizarre fetishes you can imagine. I'm talking about requests that would make most people raise an eyebrow. Some of the guys she's dated have asked her to, get this, urinate and defecate on them. Yes, you heard that right. Others even wanted her to get intimate with her own relatives. Now, you might think, how does she go along with all this? But here's the kicker. Ginger is the type who says yes to just about anything. She fulfills every fantasy her partners have because, well, she believes in keeping things exciting. And the crazy part? All of her exes have nothing bad to say about her. They actually appreciate that she was open-minded enough to embrace their quirks.
I love Ginger to death. She does whatever I ask her to do. She never tells me no. One time I asked her to have an orgy with me and my bros. She did it with no shame. One of them urinated in her mouth and she enjoyed it. She is the baddest, hands down.
One guy even asked her to bully a disabled woman in their neighborhood, saying it turned him on. It's wild, but every time Ginger threw shade at that girl, you guessed it, he was getting his kicks from the sidelines.
Ginger is a bully and a hoe. She keeps calling me names just to impress these lame guys. They want her to bully me. They keep getting their rocks off every time she tries to tease me. My mental health is getting worse because of her menacing behavior.
Let's not forget the time when one of her suitors offered her $1,000 to eat her own feces. Can you imagine? And surprise, surprise, Ginger went ahead and did it. You might wonder why so many men are drawn to her. It's simple. People appreciate someone who caters to their wildest fantasies, no matter how strange they might be.
Yes, I did eat my own feces, and it tasted really good. The guy I did it for loves me.
Ginger isn't alone in her journey. There are millions of women like her out there, keeping a whole roster of men interested and entertained. They're out here making sure that each guy's fetish gets some love and attention. Maybe it's about time people stop judging them and start understanding how complex human desires can be. So here's the takeaway. If you're going to open yourself up to the world of dating, be ready for anything. The key to success in these relationships might just be an open mind and a willingness to explore. Now, I know my boss, Oya Obin the Dodo, wouldn't do any of those types of things. That's why she's single and can never keep a man. Sorry, Oya, had to say it. And that's it for today. This is Cortez Black on East Coast Krime Network. If you enjoyed this wild ride into the realm of fetishes, don't forget to hit that like button and that follow button. Let me know your thoughts. What's the weirdest fetish you've ever heard of? Until next time, I'm out.
East Coast Krime Network, streets never sleep. Secrets buried, the pavement runs deep. East Coast Krime Network, streets never sleep. Secrets buried, the pavement runs deep. East Coast Krime Network, everyone plays a role. The city takes your heart, but it won't take your soul. Brick walls cracked with stories untold. Eyes like cameras.
Hey everyone, welcome back to East Coast Krime Network. I'm your host Cortez Black, and today I have a story that's close to my heart. It's about resilience, dreams, and the unyielding spirit of a man named Bigfly. Bigfly has been rapping since he was just a kid. He always had great taste, always dreaming of that high life, big stages, packed crowds, and music that speaks to the soul. But life had different plans. Can you imagine pouring your heart into your craft, only to face a series of setbacks that would make anyone want to throw in the towel? Bigfly got shot 3 times on 3 different occasions. It changed everything for him. Those bullets didn't just physically wound him, they left scars deeper than the skin, leading to PTSD that he battles every day. People often talk about the physical scars, but it's the mental ones that can be the hardest to manage. Now, here's the kicker. Despite everything, Bigfly stands tall. He's on disability, and most of that check, it's spent on car notes and credit card bills. But here's where it gets interesting. He puts the rest of it into his music career, chasing that dream that's always flickering in the distance, even if it means falling further into debt. Imagine hustling day in and day out, and nobody showing up to support your music. No buyers for your album, no fans at your concerts. Yet he still digs deep, investing each month in distribution and promotion. Why? Because he promised himself that no matter how disabled he is, he would never give up on his dreams. That's the definition of grit right there. But it doesn't end there. Bigfly deals with bullies daily, people who don't know his story, who tease him, call him slow. They don't see the battles he's fought, the strength he carries. But you know what? He still shines. He refuses to let their ignorance dim his light. So, what can you learn from Bigfly's journey? Resilience, support, and standing firm in your truth. Are you facing your own battles? Remember, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to be vulnerable, but also to keep pushing forward. If you believe in dreams, if you support artists like Bigfly who continue to fight against the odds, like and share this video. Hit that follow button for more stories of resilience right here on East Coast Krime Netwerk. You never know whose life you might inspire by sharing a little kindness today. Remember, no matter how tough things get, don't quit on your dreams. Keep shining, just like Bigfly. Until next time, this is Cortez Black signing off. Stay strong, everyone.
East Coast Crime Network, streets never sleep. Secrets buried, the pavement runs deep. East Coast Crime Network, streets never sleep. Secrets buried, the pavement runs deep. East Coast Crime Network, everyone plays a role. The city takes your heart, but it won't take your soul. Brick walls cracked with stories untold. Eyes like cameras.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi, this is East Coast Crime Network, and I'm your host, Cortez Black. Today, I'm diving into a chilling topic that many might prefer to ignore: Satanism. You may not realize it, but the United States is flooded with Satanists. Some of them walk among you, disguised as holy Christian people, while underneath it all, they worship the devil. They are involved in crimes that range from incest and murder to rape and torture. You name it, they've probably tried it. I want to tell you about a man from Atlanta, Georgia. For the sake of anonymity, let's call him Black Satan. Now, Black Satan has seen a lot in his life. He attends satanic rituals every single day and goes to a satanic church 3 times a week. He claims to have witnessed it all, from horrific acts of rape to unimaginable torture and even cannibalism. He enjoys being a Satanist and, interestingly, has never been caught for any of the crimes his fellow Satanists have committed.
I am a Satanist. I go to a satanic church 3 times a week and I attend rituals daily. Some of the people are really evil. One time I saw a guy saw off a girl's head and deep fry it and served it to all of his guests. Another time I saw that same man drive a girl to the desert in California all the way from Atlanta, stripped her naked, essayed her, stole all of her property, and left her stranded in the desert heat completely naked. Then he drove off. She passed away from dehydration. He threatened to strip me naked, essay me, and leave me there too if I ever spoke a word of it. One time I saw him force a girl to eat a rat whole while it was still alive and moving. He was burning 100 candles around a large pentagram made of rock salt while it was thundering and lightning. After the girl ate the live rat during the ritual, he made her sit outside in the storm naked.
One of the most disturbing things Black Satan shared is that among Satanists, lying is rampant. They lie on their targets as much as they can, and they do it with precision. He recounted a tragic story of a woman who was so tormented by their lies that she ultimately took her own life. She jumped from a 4-story window, unable to bear the weight of the rumors and slander. So, how can you protect yourself from such manipulative individuals? Knowing the red flags can be your first line of defense. Watch out for signs like secretive rituals. If you encounter someone who seems overly obsessed with dark symbols or numbers, like 600 666, take a step back. And if you ever come across someone using pentagrams or discussing cannibalism casually, those are huge red flags. Some Satanists even like to disguise themselves with statues of Jesus Christ. Other warning signs include stalking, harassment, and an unhealthy fixation on destroying others' reputations. If someone seems paranoid or if their conversations are filled with lies and deceit, don't ignore that instinct. These behaviors can indicate a deeper, more sinister involvement with satanic practices. It's crucial to stay informed and aware. Protect yourself from falling into the clutches of these disturbing individuals and practices. This isn't just about superstition, it's about safeguarding your mental and emotional well-being. Remember, vigilance is key. Stay alert, stay smart, and steer clear of anything that gives you a bad feeling.
I revel in the darkness of my existence as a devoted Satanist. My very essence is intertwined with malevolence. It consumes my thoughts and actions. I feel destined to inflict suffering upon the virtuous souls that inhabit this world. The notion of accountability for my misdeeds is foreign to me, as I am determined to continue my path of cruelty and wickedness without remorse.
This is Cortez Black on East Coast Krime Netwerk. If this video opened your eyes, please hit that like button, share this with someone who needs to hear it, and don't forget to follow for more essential insights. Be sure to follow my boss, Oya Obinadodo, on Play TV and Daily Motion. Until next time, I'm out.
East Coast Crime Network, streets never sleep. Secrets buried, the pavement runs deep. East Coast Crime Network, streets never sleep. Secrets buried, the pavement runs deep. East Coast Crime Network, everyone plays a role. The city takes your heart, but it won't take your soul. Brick walls cracked with stories untold. Eyes like cameras.
This is East Coast Crime Network, and I'm your host, Cortez Black. Today, I want to talk about a topic that hits close to home for many: extreme poverty in the United States. You heard it right. It's not just a problem in other countries, it's right here in the land of opportunity. Let me share a story with you about a woman named Naomibella. Naomibella grew up in a small town, facing the harsh realities of poverty from a young age. She had big dreams of escaping that life, but those dreams seemed more like a fantasy as time went on. With limited access to education and no decent job opportunities, she felt trapped. In her desperation, Naomibella turned to prostitution, thinking it might provide a way out. But for nearly a decade, that path turned into a nightmare. She found herself caught in a cycle of violence. Men would exploit her, treating her like an object rather than a person. She was beaten and manipulated, and as the years went by, the dangers only multiplied. As if that wasn't enough, Naomibella faced a looming threat of health issues. HIV rates were rising in her community, and she knew she needed to get off that path before it claimed her life too. Finally, she made the difficult decision to stop, yet she had no other source of income lined up. In a moment of hope, she managed to take out a loan for $20,000, thanks to a co-signer who believed in her potential. But that belief quickly turned sour as her co-signer grew frustrated with her inability to pay back the loan. With no job prospects and mounting bills, Naomibella resorted to using that money for basic needs, living day by day. It's crucial to understand that this is not merely Naomibella's story, but a reflection of a larger issue facing millions. People bully and judge her for her past, calling her names and dismissing her efforts to change. They see her as just someone who smokes weed and drinks to cope, forgetting that she is fighting against a tide of poverty that feels insurmountable. But here's the thing. Naomibella has chosen not to turn to the darker paths that would only lead her to further destruction. She understands that, though the struggle is real, she has the power to change her life when given the chance. Poverty in the USA is rampant, and it is a systemic problem that needs your attention. People need to foster better support systems for individuals who find themselves in situations like Naomibella's. With proper resources, workforce training, and psychological support, society can help lift people out of poverty. So what can you do? Start by becoming aware and advocating for change in your communities. Support local organizations that help those in need, and push for policies that tackle those systemic issues. This is Cortez Black, reminding you that poverty may feel invisible, but it's far from it. By watching this, I hope you can also shine a light on this issue and help work towards real solutions. Until next time, I'm out.
Behind East Coast Crime Network, streets never sleep. Secrets buried, the pavement runs deep. East Coast Crime Network, everyone plays a role. The city takes your heart, but